Hello and welcome to the Computer Game Show Talks Over, the Nintendo E3 2006 press conference. My name is Sean Bell. I'm joined by Matthew Murray.
Hello.
James Farley.
What's up?
And David Turners.
Sean Bell.
Cheers, mate.
James.
Matt Murray.
Yeah, no, you were right there, Matt.
Oh,
So, Matt, James is to your left and I'm to your right, just so you know. So there you go, that's James.
James, give me a high five.
Do it, James, to your right.
James,
Don't
High
do
five
it.
to your
Leave
right.
him hanging. Don't do it, James.
But you're right.
No, just go
It's
on.
alright, forget it, just go and get on
For
with it.
fuck's
Is
sake.
this like when Ian Wright tried to link up his face with that guy from what do you call it? Soccer AM. No one knows that reference. Sorry. Look.
No,
Google it.
sorry. So this is, for those who follow the show and stuff, you'll be aware we tried to record this a bunch of times and it didn't work. Hopefully this one is fine. We were going to do the Sony, was it 2013 conference?
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
Sounds about right.
I mean, technical issues aside, fucking hell, it was boring. Like, I mean, we knew it was and we thought that would be the joke. Oh, come on, it was dire. We were just chatting amongst ourselves for like 20 minutes.
That's
and it
because
just...
we were waiting for the PS3 stuff, weren't we?
No, it was actually E3 2006. It was.
Oh, that was 2006. God, right.
2013 when they announced the PS3. We're like,
Well,
well,
God,
that
yeah,
it
yeah.
was
Sorry, that's
difficult
completely
to get
wrong.
excited about all those PSP games. That was the problem. You know, like Gangs of London
Yeah.
and all that stuff. It wasn't really a thing.
I had a semi for that. It looked great.
So anyway, yeah, so we decided, because last time we did the Wii U announcement, which as we all know was garbage, so we thought we'd look at, so this wasn't the announcement of the Wii, was it? But this was the first E3 after it had all come out, and
Yeah.
we sort of
So it
vaguely
already
knew what it was.
already out.
Well, no,
Was it out?
It already been announced.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't out yet. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, and it had been in magazines and websites and stuff, but we just hadn't seen a presentation. So, yeah, so I don't think anyone had got their hands on it yet. So yeah, I think this is going to be interesting. Like, just to contrast to the last one.
All right. Well, Sean thinks it's going to be interesting, so let's do it.
Well, it's just as well, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was just
It
going
would
to
be.
say
I think
exactly.
I think this is going to be very dull and
Yeah.
might as well.
If you've got nothing to do for the next hour, then
Tap that
I
subscribe.
suppose you can watch this. But I do...
Please pledge on Patreon. No, So this is obviously June 2006, and it came out in November 2006. So yeah,
Right.
this is,
Okay.
this
Cool.
is the big one before.
God, so still quite a few months
Yeah.
off then. Okay. Cool.
Should we go?
Yeah,
Let's go. Is it playing for everyone?
it is.
Playing for
Well,
you
it's for
guys?
me.
It's actually not.
Is it actually not?
No.
It's fine for me.
Do I hit? If I hit play, what happens? It's just started from the start, so I might be out of sync.
Incredible.
Oh no, I think it's just shot. Is he just walking on stage now?
Yeah.
He's just walking on
Okay,
stage.
right, it's cool.
I think, right, we've synchronised. We're okay.
It's
I
cool.
do miss this kind of nonsense from Nintendo.
Same.
I don't.
I do.
It's always at least
too
embarrassingly funny.
It's too safe now, isn't it? The pre-records.
Yeah.
But it's
It
more. I find it way more entertaining.
Yeah, but the pre-records can also go wrong. Like, I mean, well, not wrong, but 25
yeah,
minutes of Smash Brothers.
Yeah, no, that was pretty bad. You're not wrong.
You know, this week there's a Smash Bros. Direct. Isn't it
You're
tomorrow?
joking.
No, I'm serious.
I mean, I
Can
think
you
I'm alright,
hear
to be
how
honest.
bad this sounds?
Yeah.
That was beautiful to me.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's the
speeded up
timing's
and stuff.
all.
Do you know what was weird? I didn't know this was like shown before the Wii came out. 'Cause
Me neither.
This has
That's
been
what's
out for like a
interesting.
year or so before this game came out, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Wii
because Wii
was
Music
a
didn't
couple of
happen
years
for a
later,
while,
wasn't
did it? Yeah.
Do you remember the cover for that game?
Yes.
Like they tried to make it look
No.
all like special because they thought it was going to be this huge thing. And I don't
Did
know a
any of
single
you-
person that bought it.
I was gonna say none of you guys bought it then.
No, fuck. no.
I did not hear good things.
My,
so,
my,
no.
my Wii was already in a carrier bag under the stairs by the time it came out.
Well, yeah,
How was he
6
going to
months
play
before it
Mario
came out.
Galaxy if it was under there?
Oh, I really didn't like that game.
Oh,
You didn't
that's-
get on with
that's
Galaxy,
so
did you? Oh, here we go. Excite Shock. There's a real fucking game.
Is he still trying to play the
Yeah.
music? To
I've done.
He is the
There you go.
controller.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, see, that's the other thing I miss, is somebody on the stage, like, using a motion controller. It looks amazing. Look at this, look.
You're not playing, Shigs. You just... What's up with you?
Oh, he's trying to play the music. Look. This is like
Oh,
when a
God.
good carry
Red
a controller
steel.
that's not connected and he pretends that he's playing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on here. Just give him one that ain't connected.
Red Steel looks brilliant.
Red Steel was meant to be legitimately half decent, right?
I thought it was alright.
Yeah, the second one's great as well. The second one's like completely different, but yeah. There we
I
go.
love the fact that there's a slight delay between him and the screen behind him. Makes it look even more insane.
I'm trying to remember, like at
Can you
this
hear
point.
the audience?
I think that was me.
Oh God, they're not wild, are they?
No,
They're-
I think
No,
it's
this
just
is back in
mic'd
the
up.
day.
No, I think it's
Oh, here he
mic'd
is.
up strangely.
Into the future.
Yeah.
But if all you want is next generation, you're in
Then
the
don't
wrong
buy a
place.
Wii.
Oh,
Because what you'll see from
I mean, he
Nintendo
literally
is
says
not just next. Instead, it's what's absolutely new. What we're unveiling
What?
is the next leap in gaming to a place where playing is no longer just about looks. It's about the feel.
He's priming the
Where it's
audience
no longer
there.
confined
Yeah.
to just the
Expect it to look shocking.
Our
Yeah.
games will look shit, but at least you can just
And most
wave your
of
arms
all,
about and
the
shit
next
happens.
leap is not about what you see, because what you see is not always what
Is a
you
pile of shit.
The next leap is about playing, because
What you see
playing
will be
is
disappointing.
believing.
The next leap is a bunch of carnival games made by third-party people.
playing equals believing.
Yeah,
It does though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it does.
I don't believe
start with
shit
it.
unless I could play it.
Because I can't remember if like we were already sold on this.
I think
Did we?
No,
Did
we
we still
weren't.
think like, oh, hang on, this could be a fucking
We were
disaster?
sold on it. Everyone
Were
was
we?
sold on
Okay.
it straight away. The
Okay.
only thing we weren't sold on was the fucking name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, the hype when they first showed this thing off, everyone was on board completely. I've no doubt in my mind. Everyone was
arsehole.
pumped for this fucking thing, and the price as well. It was really affordable as well, wasn't
God,
it?
yeah, it's like half the price of everything else,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Wasn't it just under 200 or something?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it was.
Yeah, it's like 179 or something
Yeah.
crazy.
And I just remember like the panic in trying to get hold of one,
Yeah.
and people
It was absurd.
had heard about this, like that aren't into gaming before it came
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So because I knew that I was excited, like I knew about this console, I pre-ordered straight away. So I'd got one on launch day, and I remember everyone in my office just going, "Fucking hell, you got one of those things? We got a..." And then we just spent
Yeah.
a weekend playing it. It was nuts.
Oh yeah, I love my Wii so much.
Yeah, for like a week. That's the
Oh,
problem.
No, yeah, a good 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, I would say 6 to 9 months. Yeah, you're probably right. But then after that, it was like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean that first Christmas, I took it everywhere, like to loads of friends' houses, played bowling.
Yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
amazing.
The thing is they bundled like pretty much one of the best games on the machine, didn't they, with it? And after that, for a lot of people, it didn't seem they didn't care.
That was
about
actually,
that
yeah.
stuff.
It was, yeah, Nintendo did their thing of like, here's a game that sort of gives you an example of the cool stuff we can do with the console. And then 3 years later, it turns out that's still like one of the best games available. It's like the Wii U with Nintendo Land. Like,
You rate
You know,
that
game-
slightly.
oh, I love it, man. I
It's
absolutely love
alright.
Nintendo Land. No, but this is my point. Like, do you know what I mean? It started out like, it showed you like interesting things you could do with the sort of, you know, with one person with a controller, everyone else with Wii remotes, and it did loads of interesting things with that. And you sort of played it, and you'd think, yeah, well, this, you know, if someone else like fleshed out some of these ideas, that'd be really cool. And then no one did.
Do you know
So
what-
it just
do you know-
ended up like that was it.
You know what kills me?
Yeah.
I wish they would do the Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, but redesigned so that you don't have to use motion controls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, apparently that exists, right?
Yeah,
On the
it does,
is it the
yeah,
Shield?
yeah, yeah.
There's an Nvidia Shield version or something.
like that's the only problem I had with that game. Like
Yeah.
I loved what I played of it, but I got so tired of doing that with my hands. Like, I was just like, I'm not.
No, it worked so well.
I didn't-
No,
I
it
don't
doesn't,
like
though, Matt. It doesn't work as
I
well.
don't think it was that much of a deal. I didn't think it was
No,
that big of a deal.
It was that
It
much
wasn't as
of a
bad
deal.
as the Zelda game, which felt like Waggle for Waggle's sake.
Yeah, no, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, Mario Galaxy, it worked. It felt like.
No, it
just
didn't.
worked.
It didn't work as well as conventional.
Oh my god,
gameplay.
WarioWare! Holy
Oh.
shit!
Why
This
are there no
was so
WarioWare
good.
games anymore? Because that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing will be the paper aeroplane game on the was it DS Lite version? So good.
The thing is,
No, the was it
watched this, though.
Donk versus Donk or something? Do you remember that? The mini game in the first ever WarioWare game, Donk versus Donk, where you had to hold the
Don't remember
SP one-handed with someone else holding it,
Yeah.
and you had
I
to
don't
knock
remember
the block onto the other side of the wall. It was so good. Dong versus Dong, that was it. Dong versus Dong, it was called.
See, you
Is
watch
that-
this, and it still looks brilliant, like the idea and everything. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you just
Oh,
remember
yeah,
that
yeah.
it's incredibly inaccurate. Like, well,
Yeah.
incredibly inaccurate, but not as accurate as it needed to be.
Yeah.
I'm still so surprised that they haven't brought out Switch Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just talking about this on the show this week.
That was
Oh dear,
annoying.
the audience then.
Yeah.
Bloody Zelda,
This
mate.
is the only Zelda game I've actually given up on. So that's pretty right.
Although what's interesting, you see that was really interesting. Link was still left-handed in that footage
Well, that's certainly interesting.
because they had to swap it for the Wii
Yeah, they
version. In the
did.
GameCube,
It's-
he was still left-handed, and then
Yeah.
in the Wii version, they made him right-handed because they knew most players would have the sword in their right hand, and they
but
didn't
hold on.
mirror the entire game.
He's not the same Link throughout all of the games, is he?
No, but he's
No,
always been
the GameCube
left-handed.
version of the same game.
Oh, sorry. My
They had
apologies.
to, yeah.
My apologies, Sean.
That's how.
That's all right, mate.
That is interesting.
Not
Right.
everyone's as cool as me, Dave. They haven't. I've had certain advantages in life.
The name was still shit, though, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I don't know, was it? I mean,
yeah.
everyone
It's
bought the
like
fucking
get
thing.
used to it. It's just like another word. I mean,
You get used to it, but it's
Still
still
bad.
shit.
But should you?
yeah, but what's a good name for a console? They're all weird, aren't
Not
they?
Wii.
Well,
The
like
Switch.
Xbox.
2
Xbox.
years ago,
Xbox is
E3,
better than Wii.
we pulled the curtain back
Oh, I don't know.
on Nintendo DS.
I think Xbox has got a bit of attitude about it that I don't really
Yeah, the
like.
other one sounds like
Last
urine.
year at E3, we uncaged Nintendogs. And many asked, really?
Yeah. Why?
9 months ago at the Tokyo Game Show,
Nintendo's
we
like did
revealed how
fucking
we
mad
from
numbers on the
Nintendo
DS, didn't it?
will change
Did?
Yeah, it did.
Good.
It was. Yeah, it was crazy. Well, it was Nintendogs was one of the first ones that like sort of gave it a massive shot in the arm.
Yeah.
Because when it
big
first
time.
came out, it wasn't doing that great, and then that came out, and it started to, do numbers.
Mm.
And then Brain.
Because yeah, no one
Train
thought
came out.
Brain
no one
Train
thought the
was
DS
a
was going to do
wonder.
well. Everyone saw the PSP and were like, well, that's the DS fucking dead
Yeah, I
then.
remember that.
where we have answers to some questions, but
I
delivered
still don't quite know how they did that.
because our
Like how they
challenge this
completely
week
obliterated
is
the
not
PSP.
to fill your
Well, the
left brain
PSP shot
with
itself in the foot by having those stupid memory cards.
Yeah.
That was like
There
one
was
of the
that.
big.
Yeah,
there was I
that
don't
was the
think
whole
that was
thing.
the main problem. I think the main problem was that the PSP focused on like big games, like normal console games. On
Well, yeah, it tried to do like shrunken versions of PS2 games, didn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
And it
totally,
was
yeah.
like, oh, it's got a camera and it can play MP3s. Do you remember MP3s? Whereas the DS was just like plays games, mate.
yeah,
But
And it's
also,
cheaper,
I mean, the
and it's-
PSP did get murdered by piracy as well, like in a big way.
Oh yeah,
It was,
despite the proprietary memory cards.
Yeah.
But it
Mind
did- it
you,
did
DS
well in
didn't
Japan,
do
didn't it?
so well thanks to piracy as
No,
well.
that's also
PSP
true.
did well in Japan with like Monster Hunter and stuff, didn't it? So
Yeah. Oh yeah,
then,
that's true.
Then
Yeah.
what damaged them with that was when it went over to Nintendo, didn't it? Because it went over to the 3DS and everything, and that
It did.
that sunk the Vita.
Here we go.
I was going to say
I
it's
love
probably
that
just for
fucking
Reggie, shouldn't
stand as well.
Yeah.
Although, do you remember that blue light from the disc drive?
Yeah.
Oh, it
Like
was so
up the
good.
room
you got
every time I
notification in the
turn it on.
night. Yeah.
Jesus
That was just
Christ.
the entire room filled with blue light. I remember that.
Different question mark? Yep.
It's different question mark. No, it's a GameCube.
No, to be fair, these are questions that people are asking. They're saying that this is.
Oh, hang on, he's talking about the name. What's he got? What's he saying? Oh, we missed it.
And which developers are on board with us? As many of you know, Nintendo's way is to challenge conventional thinking. not just for the sake of doing things differently, but to do things better. The graveyard of
Online.
the industry is filled with the headstones of
The vitality
companies who
sensor.
decided to keep doing things the same old way, playing only on the margin, making things just a little bit better. That strategy works for a while, but ultimately it's
It sounds like a threat.
over the years, our industry has come to accept progress simply by what's on the screen. I know many of you were in our
Obviously.
audience back in 1996 when Super Mario 64 jumped to life in true 3D. And you said, man, that looks great. But that
Never
leap
said that.
to a revolutionary form of gaming
Man.
wasn't
Oh, it's
really
a,
about
it's a
the
Crash
looks.
Bandicoot ripoff.
Even then, it was about the feel.
It's a Croc 3D ripoff.
Yeah. Croc 3D wasn't bad, you know.
Ah, come on.
Well, okay, it wasn't Mario, but it wasn't
That was
terrible.
the Saturn's version of Mario 64.
Yeah.
The starting point for Wii. In the same way that Super Mario 64 changed everything, we asked, how do we make games that feel entirely new all over
We
again?
asked, how can we shift all these GameCubes we've got left over?
We'll
Shit, you
see
know what, right?
our
Like, we
games.
could rip the shit out of them as much as we
As
want
for
over
date
this
and price,
conference, but
we believe it's in
wow,
our
they
best
absolutely
interest
smashed
to
it
keep
with this
I know.
console, didn't
It's
they?
like 100 million
Yeah.
or whatever. It's, I mean, they did the right thing.
But for now, let me just restate.
And obviously, you know, in terms of like general presentation, the finesse isn't here because it's so old. But
Exactly, yeah.
but compared to the clarity or lack of the Wii U
Yeah.
announcement,
Do you remember
like,
Wii Play
we've
as
seen
well?
the fucking thing.
Yeah, we played. I mean, that,
Oh, yeah,
I'll tell
yeah,
you
yeah.
what was good on that. I mean, it was rubbish because
Yeah.
everyone bought it because it was for an extra controller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the
But
same.
it did have that like air hockey game that was great.
Yeah, the neon air hockey
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Both of you.
They're literally laughing at the name.
Just missed a gag there.
We did
Great.
miss a gag.
But seriously, the response didn't surprise us at all.
But
At
seriously,
first,
folks.
every distinctive name sounds strange. Did you love Lexus the first time
See,
you heard
that's
it?
what I said.
IKEA. How
Yeah.
about Google?
Yeah. See.
Change is good.
How about Google?
We from Nintendo.
How
I
about
love it if
Bing?
you just went into like, well, if you think about it, your name probably sounds stupid actually at first.
Yeah.
When you
In a way.
So we're renaming it from Wii to Floppy Cock. That's right, right? Your Nintendo Floppy Cock.
For everyone around the world.
That was some great
It's the
3D effects there.
sound of the future. As
Yeah,
for the
but
last
2006 doesn't
question,
seem
what
that
about
long
the
ago,
third
Sean.
parties? Well,
Yeah,
I don't know,
14
man.
years, isn't it?
13 years.
Yeah.
detail in
Yeah.
just a few minutes.
Yeah, but it doesn't
University
seem
having
that
a
long
miserable
ago. That's
time.
the problem.
It feels like yesterday.
For now, let me just say that on behalf of the names you love from Nintendo and our partners, we can't wait to show you what's on the way.
It's a full EA 5 minutes now, probably. Oh no, wait.
Yeah.
Right, okay, Metro Prime 3. Did anyone play this?
Yeah. Oh,
Corruption. I didn't play it.
no, I'm getting confused. No, I did not. What am I thinking? Oh, no, yes, I played... No, I think I played a bit of it and just didn't get into
Dragon
it.
Ball. Don't know much about that.
Played 1 and
Yeah.
2, but not 3. That's why I've always been waiting for this Switch re-release that's never going to
Never heard
happen.
of that.
It's meant to be all right. Disaster Day Crisis. There you go, Fire Emblem.
Hey, here we go. Yes!
SpongeBob SquarePants. Wow.
That's going to
I
be
mean, that doesn't
remastered,
look
isn't
good,
it? Cars. Hell,
Cars.
classics.
Some of those games are underrated, you know. Some of the Cars games are decent.
Really?
A game that should never have had the waggle.
Yeah, but it's also weird
Still
that they
amazing.
didn't put that like at the front. Like, why put?
Yeah, so,
Why
oh, by
put
the way, there's
Cars
going to be a new
in
Mario
front of
game.
Mario.
Tony
But
Hawk
also,
Downhill.
Tony Hawk.
Cars is a bigger draw.
I mean, that wasn't good, was it?
This isn't a great
Necronesia.
sizzle reel, is it?
Necronesia.
Excite Truck,
One of my faves.
the
That
best.
came out right near the end of its life, though, didn't it? Excite Truck.
No, it was the launch game, I think.
I don't think so.
Ooh.
It was definitely near the start.
Fight.
Someone look it up.
Oh god. Do you know I
This
played
weird
Call of
fucking
Duty on the Wii?
sadist.
Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I
Oh,
played
yeah.
that. It's dreadful.
Yeah, it's fucking corny. There he is. Oh, the
Raving
rabbits, man.
rabbits.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that kid's hair! I completely forgot about this.
Hey, it's a grunger.
Again, don't.
That looks super like everybody's golf, even the text.
Oh, it's Sonic 06.
Oh man, Super Swing Golf Panga's wicked, really good.
Oh no, it's not Sonic 06. It was the other one that they released, wasn't it? Was it Sonic and the Black Knight or something?
Yeah,
The one with
Sonic,
the, oh yeah,
Sonic and his.
the one that was sort of on rails.
Yeah.
And everyone's
That's
like, "Do you know what? That's probably actually a good idea."
Bit of One Piece.
What lives
Mhm.
this?
Madden.
Fitball. Yes! Crystal Chronicles. Good fucking game. I can't wait for the re-release to come out and for me to go, oh, actually, it's not aged that well. It's going to be good.
What the fuck is this? Zelds. Alright.
See, I don't reckon that was a great reel, you know.
Yeah, visually it looks a
No.
mess,
You
doesn't
may
it?
have recognized that last game. It's called The Legend of
I think we did.
This one is different.
This one's
It
got
is by
waggle.
far the best Zelda game we've ever made.
Did you just say this one's different?
I was he said it's the best Zelda game they've ever made, as if they're going to be like, we've made a new Zelda, but honestly, it's
That's the
no
classic-
Ocarina of
That's
Time.
the classic band thing, isn't it? When they're being interviewed. What's your favourite album you've ever? I think this new one actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
you think that? Yeah.
I think it's our best work yet.
Well, we've heard it. It's
Yeah.
fucking dog shit, but.
How good is that? I know you'll make that judgment for yourself, but there's no better time for
Oh,
a
we
first
did.
look than right now. So please welcome Nate and Bill from Nintendo of America to host the world premiere of The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess.
Right, listen, this would be a big whoop moment these days. Ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there you go, there's a whoop.
Thank you, Reggie.
Yeah, but it's so tame compared to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been really...
Oh my god, look how
It's
young
not
he
like
is!
people going, yeah!
Right, Twilight Princess was the wolf one, right?
Exactly how you're
Yeah.
gonna be playing Zelda
Yeah.
this year
The
on
utter
Wii.
dung Zelda.
Very basic
Look,
controls,
don't.
gonna be
I know you're
familiar
trying to
to
bait
anyone
me,
who's ever played
Dave,
Zelda
but
game.
I'm
Your
not into
first
that tonight.
I totally am, but
on the nunchuck.
it was shit.
Link's
It was
arsenal of
not.
items
It
is
was
gonna be mapped
fucking
to the
shit.
plus control
You-
pad on the Wii remote.
I'm not doing this. I can see your face, so I know you're trying to.
You
wind
played
me
Breath
up.
of the Wild, James.
Using the Z button.
You can't compare them,
That's a
Dave.
Zelda game. Have you played
absolutely cannot
Ocarina of Time?
Princess takes advantage, of course, of the
That's a
unique
Zelda
world
game, lad.
that
This
provides new,
fucking
unique,
mess.
and intuitive feel
It
to
was
the
not.
gameplay.
This was a good game.
And that's
This
what
was
makes
still.
it
I mean, this was a.
First thing you'll notice on
Obviously
screen
just like a
is
complete
numerous
retread of
visual
everything
items
that
of
had gone
various
before, but it was still fun because it was still
clearly
Zelda.
pointing
And also,
with the
No,
Wii
it had
that's
some
not an
crap
excuse.
music.
That's not an excuse.
Use this on a very
Yeah, it is.
basic
See,
website.
I know it was
All your menu
like
screens
everything
and
it's ever
select
done
items.
before, but it was still
Very
fun
intuitive,
because Zelda.
very
No,
nice,
that's
very
not.
Exactly. You can still say that. You.
No, you can't.
Of course you can. You can still say it's like okay, something's come out and it's like it's still good. It's still fine. It's not amazing, but it's still good.
You're all
I'm
over
not
the
doing
place.
this. I'm not doing this.
It's still
Zelda
good. It's
games
still
are
fine.
amazing. This wasn't.
And that's where Link's bow comes in handy.
It's
Like all
still
distance
good.
weapons,
It's
the
still
bow
fine.
came
It's not
using the
amazing.
pointer on the Wii remote.
So this is interesting because,
My favourite character. Sorry, go on.
well, because he's got the Wiimote in his right hand, but Link's got his sword in the left.
Are we still going on about that? Sure.
I am still going on about it. It's still interesting to me.
Sure.
They fucking mirrored the entire game to accommodate that.
Well, the interesting thing is about Link being left-handed. We got it.
It's not some controller. Now with the bow, the Wii remote also adds depth of sound.
So when
And
did
this
they
is where
release
finally
Wii
start to
Motion
unveil
Plus?
some of
That
the
was
secrets
about 2 or 3 years later.
about the
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah.
I never got to use that because I'd already sold
Big
mine.
long cable.
You'll hear the
added
bow
to-
string draw taut. You'll hear the flip of the arrow.
That's got to be annoying.
And then you'll hear that sound travel from your hand to the TV, where that arrow will plunge into the chest of your enemy.
It's rubbish, though, isn't it?
Man, that microphone, that speaker in the remote was horrific in certain games, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was it was really good in the few games where they like pretended it was a phone because it sounded as bad as a telephone call. But everything else, it was just like, why have you bothered?
Or do you remember when the PS4 came out and the microphone
Yeah.
for that was set up
Speaker on that, yeah.
way too loud and it would just go, what was it?
Wasn't that what game was it?
Killzone.
Resogun, your
Resogun, that's the one. Yeah. It's just like shouting at you.
They use it in Judgment for like when you get like phone call from somebody and it like comes
Okay.
through the TV and also through the thing, and it is kind of cool because it like adds like extra kind of like sound like effect to it.
Do you hold it up to your ear?
Eternal Darkness for this. Wasn't there a version
Did
of
they-
Eternal Darkness on it on the Wii?
On the Wii? No, I don't think so. No.
Oh fuck! There was one game
GameCube, wasn't it?
where it was horrific because you'd last the whole game and it wouldn't use the speaker. And then towards the end, it was like a horror game. And towards the end, there would be whispers coming out of the speaker. So
I
you played the whole
think-
thing, nothing had happened.
Was that Silent Hill: Shattered Memories? Possibly.
I remember
yeah.
Fatal. Is it Fatal Frame? What's the Japanese game where you use a camera to take pictures of ghosts?
Oh yeah, that was
Fatal Frame.
Fatal
yeah.
Frame? No.
Fatal Frame, yeah.
God, what an awful name for a game like that. Fatal Frame. Ah, that makes me feel sick. If someone had
This
said
isn't.
that-
This clip here isn't really selling it, is it? He's just getting absolutely destroyed every time he tries to shoot an arrow.
I do you know, I
but
suppose
it's
if
just
you
like-
remember after this, people commenting on that and it being like, oh, it'll be better when it comes out or something like that, you know.
Yeah, actually, I've actually got some forum posts here from Time, and one of them says, "It's okay, it's not bad, it's not amazing." So that's one of the ones that people were saying at the time.
I honestly thought you were doing a bit then, Matt, and it was like, yeah, someone says here, this is weird because Link's left-handed, but he's got the controller.
You watch here, they're actually going to lift you up.
Mega.
Cool.
Magnets can be fun.
Well, shows the difference, doesn't it? Because back then,
So again,
it really did feel. Before the Wii came out,
very compact.
this is my,
It's
you
also
know,
been
looking
toned
back in
down to
hindsight, but I
simplify
think this
things.
might
I'm
explain
sure
it.
all of you out there who have
Before the
been playing
Wii
his own
came
games,
out,
I'm sure
these sort of demonstrations were literally for the hardcore gamers.
Yeah.
But now that we've talked
This
about
is what we
basics,
wanted.
kind of let
Back
Yeah,
then, like
it's
we've-
not
yeah.
what they were aiming for. I don't believe that. Like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it would only be the hardcore gamers watching this sort of thing. So what
Yeah.
they're showing here are these like really cool mechanics and say, look, you could do this in the game, but that doesn't translate to the mainstream. Now, when you
Yeah.
watch this shit now, like when you watch E3 nowadays, they know that it's not just because it's so easy to get access to clips from E3 and stuff like that. They want to appeal to sort of a wider audience, the Facebook people where these videos pop up, and you know people on Twitter and stuff like that come across this shit. It's completely different now because they know that mainstream aren't going to see these demonstrations.
Yeah, you so
Yeah,
rarely
yeah.
get to see mechanics. You just see like bombastic game trailers.
Yeah, there's got to be
on
lots of
YouTube.
explosions for the mainstream.
Yeah, they love that, don't they?
All right, Jonathan Blow.
Hey,
Yeah.
God,
Lots of guns.
shooty bang bangs.
Now, because
Still
you're all
blocked
big
me.
Zelda fans out there, we don't want to spoil
Did.
everything for you.
Big time.
I don't blame him.
I'm gonna show you what waits behind
No.
that door, but I'm sure you all
So
know it's
tempting.
all would,
to
if we
tweet
could.
saying, can you unblock my friend James Farley, please?
I might do that tomorrow from the TCGS account.
And in the moment,
Yes.
in the moment he does it, right? The moment he unblocks him, just send him a message about Gears of War, James.
No, message Jonathan Blow. Message Jonathen Blow and say, look, can you unblock my friend James? He doesn't actually care either way, but he does gloat about it on a regular basis. So
He thinks he's cool.
My friend James wants to know what you think of the lack of war in the next It's like,
But tens of millions of Nintendo GameCube owners around the world will also be playing this game on their systems. That's because here in the Americas, Nintendo
God, the audience didn't give a shit about that, did they?
versions. One for GameCube and another for Wii on the same day.
They
our
should have
new
put
console launches.
in brackets the GameCube version. There'll be about 8 copies.
Pre-order now to avoid disappointment.
And it also will be better because it won't have any of the motion control stuff.
My sister-in-law had that.
How many times have you heard Nintendo say it? But actions
great story,
speak
Dave.
louder than words.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that was. I don't know why. That was a
Samus,
that I had in my head.
Have you got any more? Like that? Have you got any more? Like,
corruption. You'll
I
not
knew
only
someone
do
that had
more
that.
running and gunning, but both the Wii Remote and nunchuck
I told you, boys, I'm not in the right
controllers, each with
state.
its own motion sensor,
It's
will
alright.
pump up
I'm
the
so
heart rate
fucking tired. It's not
never
even
before.
funny.
It's both the new Metroid and the most
That
intuitive.
was genuinely a thought I had in my head.
Mario is back too.
oh shit!
Yeah, mate.
I wish I loved this because I know I would if I didn't hate the control scheme so much.
And with freehand control, Mr. Miyamoto has given Mario moves he's never had before. Swing your
Who wants a
hand to
cursor on
battery
screen?
objects, grab onto
Don't have to
shooting
use
stars
it.
with the
You
Nobody
don't
else
hardly ever
minded,
have to
Dave.
use
It was.
People that say that because all the game does is say, "Oh, pick up the things. Just pick up the. Just point your thing."
I mean, better than that. Do you remember when they sort of tried to pretend it had a co-op mode?
Oh
Where
yeah.
it's like, oh, one person can do all the cursor stuff. And then maybe that's what you need, Dave. You just need a lackey to just
Yeah.
do all that stuff for
But
you.
Odyssey's just as bad with that, like saying it's got co-op and it's like one of you controls the cap. It's rubbish.
Could you imagine if Microsoft did that with Word? One of you could type, the other could change the font.
One of you does the spaces, one of you does the words. I say that. Did you ever play Psyops on the PS2?
No.
That had a co-op mode where one player like moved you around and aimed, and the other player fired the gun and the psychic powers.
Brilliant.
It was awful.
That looks like a co-op. That looks like a co-op stream made in
Did
heaven.
anyone play Project
does actually
Hammer?
sound like a
Because
good
that
idea.
does look fucking brilliant.
Did that come out?
No,
I don't think
never
it did.
came out.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's alright, isn't it?
Day of crisis. Come feel the panic.
Yeah, so Excite Truck came out a year later.
Okay.
So not at the end of its life then.
No.
No.
Well,
Well,
the end of its
end of
functional
its life in my house.
Congratulations. You are the winner.
Great third-party partners around the world.
Here we go. Third parties.
Third party, here we go. Madden
Who's
PS.
missing?
Name one, I dare you.
Prepare for some Ubisoft games.
We won't be spending a lot of time today detailing their projects. We
Because
did
there aren't
want to
any.
underscore a couple of excellent examples.
To be fair, the third party support did come in early days because
Yeah.
the problem with the Wii is that the hardware sold a lot. The software outside of Nintendo stuff did not sell too well.
It did, didn't it? Didn't loads of like shitty companies do alright out of just
Yeah,
putting
there
out
was all like
crap
This
party
is-
games and
all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm talking the big third party companies.
Yeah.
Like, no one was playing FIFA on this thing.
No.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah, yeah. Crystal
Yet
Chronicles,
again,
mate.
we will take what is familiar and reinvent it. And Hallmark franchises are also on the way from this side of the Pacific. You may be a veteran.
Hello, I want to buy a shirt for tonight's conference. Have you got any mustard ones? I'm sorry, sir. No one buys mustard ones. Well, I do. I'd like a mustard, please.
You'll feel like a lively rookie all over again.
You're right there, Dave.
Dave, you're right.
I'm just thinking about his shirt.
I mean, what colour is that? It's not lemon. It's not mustard. Is it mustard?
Yeah, it's just washed out because
It's
it's
just like dirty lemon to me.
six.
Yeah, have you got any dirty lemon shirts? It's a big trend. Mustard's out.
Have you got anything in the DL?
Yeah.
We did see, well, we saw a logo for Madden.
Yeah.
That's an EA game. It's
Well,
got
they
a
did
ball
FIFA
that you
as
kick
well,
in it.
but they started trying to do those ones that were like, I think they called them new play controls, which was
Oh, yeah, yeah.
basically terrible. You know,
You've got to have some balls to call your console Wii and then turn up in a piss-coloured shirt. I mean, that's what he said there, but people are excited.
Yep.
That is fucking massive, that theatre, isn't it?
Mm.
27 number includes none of the titles which will be available with our virtual console. Until you
Ah,
get the
this-
controller
I mean-
in your
I mean,
hands,
yeah, probably
you'll
don't
know whether
include the
you're
virtual
feeling
console
what this
games.
is all about.
Like,
Really, was it bad? I thought it was really good.
No, it was brilliant. The virtual. I mean, okay, there was like the slow drip feed of stuff that came out, but it covered
Yeah.
loads of different systems and
Yeah, yeah.
pricing.
all the way
was
back to
good.
like Commodore 64 and stuff,
Yeah.
which was cool.
In France,
But I was just laughing at the idea of him being like, "Oh, this is how many games we've got, and we're not even including re-releases of 20-year-old stuff." Like, yeah, okay.
Who's this hunk?
It's Ubisoft, see?
Of course he's French. Look how
Always
handsome he is.
first
Oh, those
party,
trousers
though.
are a problem, though. Look how baggy they are.
Oh no.
I know it was a different era, but
Very
Come on,
high,
mate.
very boot cut.
If you
Yeah.
ever organise a party, tell Ubisoft that the party starts an hour later, because they'll always turn up just a little bit early. They're always there day one, and they fucking love it.
Can't get enough of it.
there we are, Red Steel, mate. Let's bang it.
Roman, as you can see, is using the nunchuck controller in
Mate,
his
the
hand,
French accent's fucking
and
brilliant.
he's able to look around and to fire his gun with the other controller simply by pressing the trigger button.
Yeah.
With the Wii controller, you can handle the gun the way you want.
Like, this was...
And at the first time,
You forget how important this was, because it was so, like...
so
It will also do adult games.
Yeah, no, that was totally
And it
what
will
they
do
were going
shooters,
for with this.
yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could still kill.
as you have seen
I remember the
Yeah, you
articles
still
about
stab
this game
people, it's fine.
saying like, is this like the most perfect first-person control scheme ever? I'm like, I've not
Turns
even
out,
played it, but
nah.
like, it felt so intuitive. Aim where you want.
Most controversial game though was Manhunt 2. Do you remember the buzz around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can imitate stabbing.
Yeah, and like
You
erotic.
can imitate garrotting someone, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
There are many graphical details.
James, did you own Manhunt 2 on the Wii?
I didn't know.
Oh, I'm surprised.
I owned the original one on the Xbox though.
So I don't know if we were thought that you have many
I mean,
graphical details.
I'd take the piss, but I'd have been sold on this at the time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember how
Absolutely.
I felt, but I'd been looking at this going, this looks fucking insane.
Which really help to create an immersive experience for the player.
I mean, look up, mate.
I was gonna say, if it looks like you can't even, you haven't even
I
gone for
don't think you can.
an angle to view
There
to
must
look
be a
up.
limited. Yeah, there must be a limited.
Yeah, because I guess they had to stop.
So this is
Because it's all very well saying, oh, well, you know, if the controller motions towards the edge of the screen, then look in that direction. But actually,
Yeah, you know,
maybe that would be really jarring if it was just constantly like...
you know what's really weird is that like you look at this sort of footage now and you think VR.
Oh yeah,
So-
it definitely looks
Yeah.
VR, yeah.
the game will feature a variety of handguns and
But of course, you're not like you haven't got that. That's why you
Shooting the
keep
lights.
looking over to the right hand side. Like the cursor goes far to the right hand side to make him turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is really irritating.
It was like, did you ever play that, The Conduit?
Yeah.
And it was like, they boasted about the fact that it was like, we know no one's quite nailed this, so what we're going to give you is an unprecedented level of control over the
Yeah.
settings.
Oh yeah, I remember
But it's
that.
like-
You can change the bounding box, can you, and all sorts.
Yeah, which is sort of cool, but also I can't really get behind the idea of them just being like, we don't know, you fix it.
design
Like-
Sort it out.
I mean, it was also. I remember playing that because that was supposed to be like the Wii's big, like first-person shooter kind of thing, like its big
Yeah.
hope, and it
Yeah.
was just really boring. It was
Didn't
a
they
very
make like
boring
3 of
game.
them?
Did they?
I'm sure there was like a whole series. There's definitely a second one.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
man, this,
playing. It was.
this looks fucking brilliant.
It does, to be
Yeah.
fair, like especially back then, this looked ace.
How was the second one received?
Critically, really well. I
Yeah,
think,
'cause
so,
it was,
but
it was
like
a lot
so
better. It
much.
fixed a lot of the things, didn't it?
Yeah, and it was completely different. It wasn't like realistic. It was all like cell shaded, and it was this weird sort of
Did you
fantasy
see what
universe.
he just did in the demo? He shot the neon signs to show that the lights go out when you shoot them. Completely pointless, but he did it.
This looks like Virtual Cop, you know.
Yeah, and that fucking game was so good. Light gun games don't work anymore, do they?
No, I mean this would, but yeah, the old like the
there's like
PS2 one
PSVR
and
games, which you know, like
Yeah,
that
God,
Until Dawn games. which is
God,
brilliant.
could you imagine if they bought Virtua Cop out in...
VR.
yeah, man. I mean that's free money, isn't it? That like House of the
Yeah,
Dead,
House of the Dead.
just all of
oh,
those.
Definitely. Yeah, because that Until Dawn shooting game on PSVR is brilliant, really good.
So the Conduit actually also came out on Android, if you feel like.
Go on, Sean, get it downloaded.
Yeah, probably should. Hang on. So how many Conduit games were there? This is important stuff.
He hasn't killed that bloke on the left.
He kill a man and then
Fuck that right up. You can kill a man.
you can decide sit down, for instance, like this. Just simply by moving your left hand
To get down.
indicate what you want him to do.
Oh,
That was
maybe
good.
he was supposed
We
to
have
do
got
that.
raise. Oh,
We have got raise.
little surprise. Collateral damage on the boss. Morman will know after.
Okay, yeah. So there was Conduit 2, and then the Conduit HD, which was the Android release. Brilliant.
What was that? What was that menu that popped up? Oh, it was probably Leeds level, wasn't it?
So once again, the moves you have to make for the sword fighting are very intuitive.
Where do you think this guy is now?
You can block with your left
He's still in
hand
game.
and slash with your right hand in any direction.
Got killed by a Wiimote.
You will have dozens of combinations to do.
I mean, again, this looked amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
Like when we sort of, we understood from seeing this, it's like, well, obviously it's not like one-to-one motion.
I
It's just
think
going to be
we
like
did.
gestures.
no, I
but,
think
yeah.
we did back then because we didn't know what motion controls were.
It's true. And that,
True,
that was
yeah.
the thing because it looked like it was going to be a lot more accurate than it ended up being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, because you remember.
Was
I
this the
remember
bit where they were like, oh, you can spare people or you can chop their heads off?
when they showed
Everyone's
this, I
like,
remember
"Oh, no."
everyone was like, "Imagine if they did a Star Wars game with lightsabers."
Oh, God,
and
yeah, yeah.
everything. You know, how good would that be? They didn't.
No,
I
they
don't
did
remember
not.
that chat, but I remember getting to
Oh, it
know it the
happened.
first time and just thinking, oh shit, this isn't like I'm just waving a sword about.
Right now, Nintendo DS. Please welcome our Senior Vice President of Marketing.
DS.
Come on, I mean, this isn't what this talkover's about, but I'm well up for
The
watching a
George
bit of DS.
Harrison.
I mean,
George
look at
Harrison. I mean, you don't get that these days, do you?
What are you talking about? What, like the opening flap thing?
that. Yeah, is he just
Yeah.
hiding in there the whole time?
Microsoft did that this year, didn't they? Do you remember?
Oh,
when
God,
they
yeah,
went
they did.
under the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Retailer. We will make things better. Well, what makes this
All
thing
right,
that
mate.
Nintendo can deliver?
Oh, the DS Fat. I love that thing.
That was a
Mm.
horrendous
That
console.
was,
look
that
at
was awful.
it. Yeah.
Better
I
speakers
imported
than the
it. Didn't
DS
it come
Lite.
out
though.
like a
Yeah.
year.
So I imported the American one, and it was like
Yeah, I imported it as well.
huge.
I got it from Japan. Japan.
Have bought into true hardware disruption.
But then they brought out one of my favourite consoles of all time, the DS Lite.
Different approach.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
thing
yeah.
just, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was.
I had like the
Came
I
out.
had the
at
white
launch.
glacier one, whatever it's called.
I had the
The
blue
blue
one
one,
that
wasn't
only
it?
come out
Yeah.
in Japan, yeah.
The
The
blue one
navy
was
Same.
And it did very well.
Do you remember
I
that
played so
game
much
Feel
Animal
the
Crossing.
Magic that came out at launch? I
Yeah.
don't think that would get released now.
If we were
No, probably not.
But once all the early
Because wasn't it? Yeah, wasn't it? So in Japan it was called like XXXY Feel the Magic. And
Yeah,
then over here it's just
Don't
called like
pause
the
it,
Rub
carry on
Rabbits.
chatting, one sec.
And it was like touching. It was like touching girls and stuff, wasn't it? It was. It was
There
like.
was that part of it? I remember. Yeah, it was all about you were like seducing this woman, but
Yeah.
it was all. I know there was a bit where you had to like shout to get her attention, but
Well, there was
actually
that.
it was
And
to
there was
use the
another bit where,
microphone in it.
for some reason, there was crabs crawling all over her, and you had to like. Touch
Oh, you had to poke the crabs off. Yeah, but without poking her.
I don't know why she had crabs. I mean, it's just odd, isn't it?
No.
It's more
Literal
common than you
crabs.
think.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm setting you up there, Matt.
But even more important is our growing momentum. First came
What's going on with the buttons on his jacket? Why is he just buttoned up the middle one
around the world
and not the top?
13 months.
Hang on. I mean,
Wait for it to come back. Wait for it to come back. I mean, obviously you don't do up the bottom one. We all know that.
Yeah, we all know that. Yeah.
We're not animals.
Yeah. Same with waistcoats.
But look,
Yeah, I probably would have done this top two, perfectly
Yeah.
honest. But
No, you see, I probably would have
correct.
done the same thing as he's done actually.
Well,
Because
to be fair-
Why? Okay. Look, this is where they acknowledge the internet.
Yeah.
it's got a Wi-Fi connection, guys. The Nintendo
has.
Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go, there'll be a Wi-Fi connection. What is Dave up
Is
to?
Dave,
He's
like,
trying to find his
rummaging
DS,
around the
isn't he?
He's
cupboards
looking for his
DS.
DS. That's
Yeah,
what he's doing.
He won't now appear for the rest of the show. It's like at the end, sorry guys, couldn't find it. And thanks for watching.
Now it's too soon to tell if our ultimate success will match
Yes.
But we do know that our sales of Brain Age over the first 3 weeks, now totaling about 120,000 units, is even more than what we saw in
There it is.
Have
My
you got it?
blue DS
Oh,
Lite.
nice.
with a wider spectrum of games
fucking look at that thing. It looks
I know, it was good,
incredible.
Yeah.
Like it still feels beautiful to hold, and oh man, and the hinge. Oh no, I have got the cracked hinge. What game
Still
is
work.
it? I don't know.
Dave, you should
Yeah, it
say
still
that
works.
reveal for when we do the DS announcement.
Well, I've ruined it, haven't I?
Yeah, put it back. Put it quick. No one noticed.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there it is. There you go, Matt. Look, perfect. Look at it. What a beautiful console this was. I loved this thing.
Oh, Animal Crossing on that thing. I remember being at lunchtime at one of my earlier jobs, playing that in the canteen. Like, it works.
That's not been charged for years. Still got a bit of battery. It's running out, but still got a bit of battery. Fucking what a wonderful console that was.
This was also a good Mario game. I enjoyed this one.
Yeah, it was excellent. Do you remember the Mario Kart?
Yeah.
And you could
Oh,
play it
yeah.
on the internet. We used
Mario
to do
Kart's
that.
amazing.
I was
Yeah,
a real
yeah.
king.
You and I played that, Dave. I
A
remember.
lot. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I play like roll-up races.
These games, which have already sold through 1.4 million copies in just 6 months in Japan, arrive here on September 18th.
Oh, this has been a fun one.
Hall of Fame
This
contenders are also on the way, including
Did he
Yoshi,
call
bringing
race?
back
Yoshi's
some great
Island
memories.
2. I remember when that seemed like a good idea.
Yeah, it wasn't that great, was it? Wasn't that?
No.
Wasn't it by R2 or something like that? It was.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fantasy fan here in the West, there's always been something missing in your life. Final Fantasy III. Well,
I was going to say human companionship.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same
is
thing.
coming to America on the DS, complete with a compelling storyline, but made even better with improved 3D graphics. And one more legend is also going global.
Silence.
Tony Hawk's program has him recruiting the best downhill skaters from around the world. But you can also
Oh,
connect
man.
directly to the
Tony
best
Hawk.
players around the world. And thanks to the Nintendo
Shame what happened to that.
connections,
Well, I mean, is it? There literally was nothing else they could have done
No,
with it.
but
Like,
I absolutely loved the sort of isometric Tony Hawks on the DS. They were brilliant.
oh yeah, they were okay. Yeah.
the
And
legend
they had, yeah, they had like properly like faithful recreations of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
full 3D stuff.
I
didn't
played a
they?
lot of them.
picking up where win-win
Phantom
left off,
Hourglass.
you'll now use your
That
best
was
stylus
alright.
sailing.
But that was
Yeah,
so
no, that
problem.
was decent. Phantom Hourglass.
Half of your boomerang.
It had that really annoying structure where it was like you had to keep going back to the same tower every time and go through the
Oh,
same
yeah.
puzzles each time. It was a bit annoying.
Yeah.
From now until the end of the year. Take a look.
DS.
Oh, here's all the cool kids.
Look at it. It's beautiful. Even now. Even
Yeah.
now, that is still a gorgeous little gaming console.
Yeah, it really hasn't aged all
No,
that
it
much. has
hasn't.
No,
It looks
Oh,
beautiful.
makes you sort of want one, to be fair.
The screen, alright, looks a
Go
bit
and buy one.
shit.
Be about 20 quid.
I remember this as well, the Star Fox game. Oh no, I'm thinking of a 3DS game.
The no, Star Fox DS was
Yeah,
alright.
yeah,
It just
was
wasn't
alright.
wasn't a
Star Fox
proper.
Command. I played
Yeah,
that.
it just wasn't a proper Star
Really
Fox.
good.
Yeah.
That's how you swap cartridges.
Yeah, mate, it's that easy. Because this was so the DS Lite you still couldn't download games, could you? That was the DSi.
It was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
DSi.
yeah.
Yeah.
DSi one.
Oh mate, EBA. Good.
That's one of those consoles that I regretted buying because I
Yeah.
sold the other one to buy that and it was a totally pointless. It was,
You sold your DS Lite.
yes, I could get a DSi.
Shit. Oh, look at it.
You are Pokemon.
Fucking Uenda, man.
You are
Yeah.
the best.
The best.
I've still got that. Still got. I think that's in the drawer as well. The Diddy Kong Racing.
I mean, Wendan destroyed so many. Fuck off. So many screens.
Did it?
Yeah, you know, from like doing the whole thing on it.
Yeah,
you know,
I
like,
would bat the shit out of it. It didn't destroy mine. I'm fucking the
Yeah.
Phoenix Wright games on that system were
Yeah,
perfect
yeah.
as well.
Mm.
Also, yeah, Dr. Cow, she was brain training like
I
that.
never got into that.
Hmm.
I mean, this is actually sort of better than the Wii stuff.
it is.
we've seen, isn't
Most of these games are significantly better. I mean,
Yeah.
that Donkey
Yeah, in
Kong
retrospect,
Arts
yeah,
Dominion
we
was
were
great.
more pumped
Yeah.
for the Wii. I think when I was.
Like you forget, like obviously, you know, we always talk about how big the Wii was, but like how much they were smashing it with the DS as well at the
Yeah.
same time.
Did you get the
Bizarre.
browser thing for it, James?
Yeah, I did.
I think. Where did I put it?
Because I had that It was the Opera browser.
Oh, mate.
And I had
Respect.
it before.
Everyone shush.
There you go. Look. I still got the memory thing cartridge that you had to put in the memory expansion pack for the DS.
Oh,
You had
God,
to
yeah, I
put
remember
in
that.
to use.
I remember using that before I had I had an iPod Touch after that, and I just couldn't believe how good that was. You know, by comparison on the internet.
You certainly did that, sir.
I remember the Opera browser on the Wii got a bit of use when I first moved to Leeds. Didn't have a computer.
Oh, mate, you use your Wii to look at porn?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Where did that come from?
I didn't have a computer. That's where it come from.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Seriously,
Oh my
those
God.
Opera browsers.
Could you imagine?
The Wii U
Could you
had
imagine?
that one as well. It was really good for watching illegal football streams.
Could you imagine booting up your Wii to access pornography?
I
Going
know.
through that menu with all those like those characters on it and shit. Just going. Yeah. Okay. Right now, how do I get to the heart of that one? Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait for our patrons seeing this and thinking, oh, good. I like the bit where the beloved dead man walked out and they started talking about watching pornography on the Wii.
It's what he would have wanted.
You don't think he was?
I don't know about that.
He must have endorsed Opera on Wii. He knew what's happening. He knows the score.
Oh, we didn't need porn.
The curtain reveal thing. No, what was that? No, that was the Wii U or the Wii?
Yeah,
That was the Wii U, right? Okay.
I like the fact that we've taken no notice to anything they've said throughout this whole conference.
But these people began to understand when they started to pet their puppies with a stylus and talk to them through the
See?
microphone.
That's why we've been talking over this.
Japan. We launched the first of the brain games. They have
The brain games.
already been
The brain games. I mean, they did numbers,
They were
didn't
great. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the Sudoku. You know, that was mini games in and out. I spent ages playing that.
Yeah. I love the first one. Very good.
Have you ever seen Tazbot doing speedruns of brain training?
No, but that does sound good.
Oh, it's incredible. So basically, people have figured out, so yeah, you could draw like the numbers out and it would recognize the number you'd drawn. So people have figured out like how to fool that and how to to draw like a 7 by just going like yeah. And it's absolutely bizarre to watch.
I should film Chen doing it one day. It's scary. Like,
Yeah?
yeah, she does it like so fast, like unbelievably fast.
James, do you remember how I got into the Phoenix Wright series?
No.
You were a part of it because I remember having my DS on me, and I was going on a business trip. I think I was going on a flight up to Scotland. I can't remember. It was a new building in Scotland, and I had to go and visit it. And I remember being at a train station in London, possibly Victoria, that had HMV in it. And I thought, look, I'm not doing 2 flights in a day and not having a new game to play. So I went in there and I said to you, they've got this Phoenix Wright game. Have you heard of it? Is it any good? And you were like, buy it. So I went and bought it that day. And that was it, man. I fucking fell in love with that series.
It was
I
great.
just realised Iwata hasn't got his top button done up either, so they've received advice not to
But
do
look
that
at him,
from
though.
someone.
Look at Iwata, man. He looks so
There's a
fucking cool.
sartorial style guide handed out.
He looks cool, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Does.
He's wearing that. He's wearing it.
It's a little turtleneck on the go.
Yeah, that is. But he's pulling it off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sign of a top bloke.
He does look like he's dressed for a funeral.
If I have to wait 30 seconds or 40 seconds or more for a game to load, often I get frustrated, and sometimes
Yeah, boy.
I just cannot wait.
I was going to say, I just
Now that
can't be
Bothered. yeah. That's how he's turned into James Farley.
by just closing or opening the top, I think
Yeah, that was a big thing, wasn't it?
maybe this has happened.
But yeah, because was this like the first console to just have a standby mode?
If
I think so, because I remember it
Might
was a
have
big
been.
thing, wasn't it? When you played
Yeah.
Mario 64 on this thing, you'd close the lid and it
Yeah.
would go, goodbye! And then you'd open it up and it'd go, let's go!
See, also, I mean, they seem really kind of like pleased with themselves, but you can kind of understand why, because everyone was slagging them off before the DS came out and saying
yeah,
that
yeah.
they were done, you know, like PlayStation
Yeah, like what the heck is this?
destroyed
Yeah.
them and all that kind of thing, and it ended up doing quite well.
Here we go.
Yeah, the web browser.
Here we go. He knows. Most used game.
Yeah, I bet. Didn't have a fucking computer.
But thank God they released those Wii remote condom things.
Matt, could you clear the history on that browser?
I'm not sure. Probably. There's probably guides out there.
We designed our machine to provide owners a variety of services, even when it seems like it is turned off. We will become.
No, it didn't. It never seemed like it was turned off. When you were providing those services, it lit up half a fucking sun.
The console automatically entered standby mode.
Oh, yeah. They had a whole name for this, didn't they?
Still operating key functions.
Yeah, for standby mode.
With that.
Yeah.
About the same power of a miniature light bulb.
A miniature light bulb?
This means
Yeah, because that's all there was inside of the fucking thing.
constantly
It's like those ovens that you get for kids to make cakes
Yeah,
in. It's
yeah.
just that's all the Wii was. It was a 40-watt bulb.
I remember it just freaking people out, like, because I lived at home with this for a little bit, and my dad was like, "Why is your bedroom blue flashing?"
Why is it throbbing with blue? Like,
Because I downloaded an update for a video game, Father.
they may return to find that a friend has visited.
It woke me up. The first time it did it, it was in my bedroom, and it woke me up, and I freaked out because I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
you got that blue light. It's like, is it the police?
We see, because I was a student at the time, so I was just like, oh, it's waking me up at 4 a.m. Fine, what's going on? What's on the Weather Channel? Let's
Well,
Yeah,
let's
I
go.
was Yeah, I was a student at the time, and my girlfriend at the time made me turn the blue light off because it was way too bright in the room.
Really?
It's like, but I'm going to miss updates now.
And that's why she's not your girlfriend anymore,
Yeah,
right?
was a deal
I had to dump her. I had to dump her. Couldn't handle that.
Fucking students.
You love me, you love my blue light. Otherwise, get out.
I don't do anything all day, and I want more money to do it. Bloody good.
I mean, to be clear, I absolutely regret going to
Professor in
university.
charge of watching Countdown.
Yeah. University of life.
Bloody good rap.
New controllers and virtual consoles are important, but most important is software that these people will really want to play.
Okay.
These games would allow core gamers and non-gamers to happily and immediately compete against each
I mean, they knew what they were doing. They're literally describing exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Sports,
Yeah, it wasn't an
TV.
accident at all. Like,
tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the one. Bosh, they
Yeah,
knew it. They knew it.
This is a combination which will include tennis, golf, and baseball in one package.
Did they announce that it's a packing straight away? Let's listen.
Launch day.
Let's listen.
Okay.
was it everywhere? In America, they didn't
No,
get it as a
it-
pack,
no,
did they?
It was in America and Europe, but not Japan. For some
Ah,
reason.
okay.
Serious gamers will find it as
Do you remember when they brought out the standalone version? Like a few
Mm.
months after the Wii came out
Yeah,
over
it
here, and
was
everyone
it
was
like a
like,
little cardboard sleeve?
"What?"
For like,
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it came in a cardboard sleeve, didn't it? There was
Yeah,
no
that's what I
box.
said.
Oh, the one that came with the console.
There
Yeah,
was
yeah,
a
yeah.
full proper plastic box version of it that got
Yeah.
released. Yeah. Because I
And,
remember
yeah, it wasn't
everyone
really clear
thinking,
why.
"What?" Like
Yeah.
you can find them on buses now.
Yeah. I guess it's just if you lost the one that came with you.
Yeah, either that or if you
Console.
bought one second hand or something.
Regardless of age, gender, and game experience, anyone can instantly understand Wii. And
we can
My father-in-law hated that game, Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played it and we were having a great time, and he turned up and we said, "Oh, do you want to go?" And he went, "No, it's the devil's work." He's not even religious, but he was saying it's the devil. It's not right. You shouldn't be playing games like that. It's not right. It's too much.
Wow.
Yeah.
What it's like, yeah, it's rotting your brains. You're playing.
Yeah,
Why
not
don't you
right,
use a
brains,
real
Technology's
tennis racket?
too far. Wii Sports.
Fight your real stick.
Too far.
Of you watching here in the audience.
What do you think about technology
Just
these
the
days?
idea of like, I was gonna say, yeah, like what, you know, are we gonna get to a point where like, what's gonna come out that makes us be like, nope,
Yeah.
this is it. This is too much.
We can make that happen.
Yeah, has he tried VR yet, Dave?
Hologram of James Farley in my phone. No, he's not. He's not tried that yet. Is that Black Wii? Did that ever come out?
No.
Yeah.
Did it?
Oh, didn't it? I thought there was black and there was a red one as well.
No, the red one was
Yeah,
any-
the red one's out
was
much
that
later. Yeah,
rubbish one that they
slightly
released in
redesigned,
like,
wasn't it?
they removed all the internet
No,
stuff
sure
from
there
it.
was a normal red Wii.
Don't think
Yeah,
so.
no, it's right. I'm pretty sure there's a normal red Wii. And didn't they do a blue one as well? Sky blue one. I don't remember ever
Oh,
seeing
don't
a
know.
I
black
thought the red
one.
one was like released a few years later. I remember
I
it being
think it was
announced,
a few
talked about
years
one.
later.
Join me in welcoming Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto with the announcement of the final sweepstakes winner.
Oh wow, they're going to announce a competition winner.
Oh god, because they teased a lime green one as well.
Something a
But
look.
I don't know if that ever actually happened.
But before I pick the winner, I should explain how we will play. Tennis, anyone? Control
What?
is simple and even your mom can play.
Ray, please.
Just grip
I mean, that's hell of a shirt he's got on. I don't even know what is that collar on it.
Again, pulling it off.
There's no
Yeah.
collar.
Shirt.
It's like sort of a baseball jersey, but
It looks better in that than he did the tux.
yeah,
To serve, you just toss and serve.
Toss up.
One swift serve.
Forehand,
toss right up.
backhand, lob.
Yeah, I mean, this
So-
was it. This was the moment. This was the moment where people
Oh.
stopped and fuck, this is it. I remember this.
Why are they facing different directions?
I remember showing this to people and going,
Yeah, yeah.
look.
Or backspin.
Oh, so good.
So
Was so
those
good.
other coloured Wii's, they didn't happen.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They
Really?
released the. I just had a look on Wikipedia. They said that although they showed those at this event,
Yeah.
they didn't. Like for the first 2 years, they didn't happen. But then they
Yeah.
had the red one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
okay.
so that's 2-0 to Sean tonight.
How?
Because he said,
Said
the
there was a red one.
I said the red one came out as well. He said that was the black one and the lime one.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
not doing this.
No, I said they teased the lime one. I didn't say they released it. I did genuinely think they brought the black one out. Who's this?
Ridiculous.
He's a competition winner.
James, when he loses an argument, he says that he never made the argument.
Slams the desk.
Okay, black consoles were available in Japan in August 2009
Thank
and
you.
Europe in 2009 as well.
Didn't know that.
There was no lime green one though.
Reggie, why don't you come out?
No, but
Yeah, I said they only
he said-
teased it. I said it
he
never
said
came
they
out.
teased it and never come out. He was right about that as well.
Ready to go?
Oh, just forget it.
Don't forget
Maybe this year I can just take the names.
But let's just enjoy the Wii Sports.
Yes, of course. That is.
I definitely showed this clip to people though, before
Oh, yeah.
he came out.
Looks like we've got Mr. Iwata both here on stage.
Yes, I remember this more than anything. I
Memes,
haven't
yeah.
remembered anything
Yeah.
else, but I remembered this.
It's weird they didn't talk more about the like me stuff either.
Who's that handsome devil?
Yeah, because that became kind of a big deal, didn't it?
Oh, this
For a
is
while.
wonderful. This is magic happening on stage.
This is
Like,
great,
honestly,
to be fair.
There's our winner.
they're showing the.
I mean,
movies.
that guy must have felt really weird.
Mr.
Like,
Miyamoto and his partner on the side.
the guy on the right.
Legends and
Who is
me.
he? Yeah. It's all the big people at Nintendo and whoever that is.
And do you know what?
So again,
This
toss
feels
and
so
serve.
genuine.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's like it's the opposite of when Microsoft tried to do this with Kinect, and it
Yeah.
never looked genuine.
Uh-oh. As you can see, this is a
Fist
quick
bump.
version of tennis. 3 points and you lose. So
Yeah, like it is a bit of a shambles, but that's why it works. It
Yeah.
is just real. Like, I've just realised that guy I don't know who I don't know who it is. He doesn't even have a me.
Oh, the crowd are more animated during this bit than they've been the whole time. Like they're into watching this game.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's so good.
This makes me want to buy a Wii again.
Yeah,
to
it
play
really
this.
does. It totally does. Fuck, man.
Because I forget. So the Joy-Cons on the Switch, I know they have motion control. So they have enough motion control that you could just do this.
They could easily do this.
Yeah.
And this game
2
doesn't
pairs of
require a
Joy-Cons is
cursor.
set.
Here we go. Okay.
Could you imagine bowling but portable and you could just take it anywhere and just
You're doing it down like the aisle of a train.
You could put the Switch screen at like the other end of the room.
Yeah.
And it just have the pins on it.
Yeah, because this game won't need sense bar, will it? Because this was more just this sense bar was just for cursor stuff, wasn't it? So
Yeah. Yeah. So it knew where the TV was. But it also worked if you just lit a couple of little candles by the telly.
what a picture opportunity!
Yeah.
Now, of course, Scott got his chance on stage here today, but all of you are going to be able to play tennis tomorrow on the show floor.
Is he just a guy who won a competition?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
He won the AOL competition, the sweepstakes.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I missed that bit.
oh man, that is genuinely wonderful to watch. That.
Yeah.
That's when they sold the Wii U. Well, the Wii, not the Wii U. No one sold the Wii.
What's hot and what's not?
On the Wii U had lots of ideas.
What's hot
Did
is the
so
feel
many
of
that
the
they
game.
couldn't
The
list
look
any of them.
is secondary. What's hot is the next leap.
I mean, you can't have a pop-up. They were straight up with it. Look,
Yeah.
it feels
Look,
great.
it'll look like
It looks
shit, but that's okay.
Predictable.
It's also cheap.
The
So
future of our industry is inclusion, not exclusion.
although if they did it all over again,
Of emotion, not
do you think they could have got away with doing if everything looked like this and they had Wii Sports and they had the motion controllers, but they charged an extra £100 for it and it was as powerful as like the
No.
Xbox 360?
It would not have sold.
Do you reckon
No,
that
you're
wouldn't
right,
have
you're
flown?
It's too much of a risk at that
Yeah.
Yeah.
high price point.
The price was just so good.
Did they announce the price here?
Change.
They haven't
know if
even
they
announced
did.
the release date. It just said fourth quarter.
We were
Okay.
the disruptor 20 years ago, and we still are today. DS is only the latest example. We will come next. Every year, we hope you'll walk out of our meeting.
Oh,
briefing
don't
saying,
push it.
These guys are the hot story of the show. But you know what?
Oh my god.
These guys have had story in this show.
They've gone too far. They should have ended with a match.
But
It's
Yeah.
like, you know,
we also
are we
know
hot?
that
Sure.
seeing
It's
is just an
We come out of every meeting going, fucking yeah, we are the sexiest motherfuckers on the planet.
on our show floor tomorrow.
That's what we do after the podcast recording.
It's true. Fair play.
I don't.
that was good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Very
it. Okay.
good.
Yeah. No, that was great.
So good.
Nintendo are the best. Like, they predicted the future. They demonstrated why this was so fucking cool. I mean, it was just beautiful. I mean, it was of its time, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it was beautiful. Like, it was so well done. And if you drop, that feeling that we all had after owning a Wii for a year, if you just forget that side of things, what they've shown there, you can see why we all fell in love with it. Not just the mainstream, but the core gamers, why they fell in love with it as well.
For about
Its
6
build
months.
up. It's just
It was yeah. I mean, but it was an amazing first year or 9 months, whatever it was. And yeah, like that first Christmas was magical. You know, showing people what this new,
it really was.
you know, like Wii
Yeah,
Sports
yeah,
around your mate's house. Like, what? How is this game even functioning? It's so good, so fun, and yeah, it was amazing.
bowling,
console.
man. Just playing bowling until
Yeah.
4 in the morning because you just couldn't stop.
Bowling, tennis, golf, so good. I am so it's bowling, tennis, and baseball and
Boxing.
golf.
And golf.
Okay,
Boxing.
So yeah,
so good.
boxing.
Yeah, boxing.
Boxing was
Oh,
really
they're
good.
boxing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
boxing, yeah.
we didn't like the boxing. I know you liked it, Sean, but none of
I was
us
a big
got
fan.
into the
I
boxing.
thought it was the weakest
Really?
of the
Yeah,
set.
same here. The golf, tennis, and bowling were just unreal. Unreal.
But yeah, I mean, overall, watching that back, as you say, it's of its time, but like, it's really surprising how calculated it was. Like, it's so easy to look back on the Wii stroke DS period and think, oh well, yeah, they made some weird stuff and they took some gambles that paid off. Whereas actually, there's no gamble about it. Like, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, all the
They
things
knew
I
it was
said
gonna
about
work.
inclusivity,
Yeah.
playing with
Yeah,
core
yeah.
gamers, non-core gamers. That's literally how it banged. I mean, I don't think even they could have foreseen how successful. I
Yeah.
mean, they could have predicted how much it banged and with non-gamers and gamers alike. But yeah, certainly all the things they mentioned was exactly how they wanted it to go.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
What's interesting about it though also is that you see the kind of the attitude of third parties though in the beginning, and how there's
Yeah.
nothing really there much, is there?
Look at his face. Look, I love the fact that I can see his face when we do that.
It's brilliant. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, now
But
he
yeah,
looks
no, you're absolutely right.
dejected and upset. That's the bit that I didn't want to see. I wanted you to at least laugh a little bit, James.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should
Wonderful
we?
stuff.
Is that it? Should we call it a night?
I think we should call it a night, my friend.
Cool. Well,
My
thanks very
pal.
much for watching this. Obviously, if you're one of
Buddy.
our $10 patrons, much appreciated. If you're not and you're watching this a month later, you could have been doing this a month ago. What a
Yeah.
waste of a month.
You've wasted a month.
If
mug.
you could be,
You
if you just
fucking mug.
just go to patreon.com/TCGS and just have a look.
Do you know what you should do? Go full Nels.
Go full Nels.
Go full
40
Nels,
bucks.
mate. You
Let's
know what I mean? Get in there. What I shouldn't have done that. That's crass.
Shouldn't have done. We'll edit that out.
Cool. Right, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in a month or in a minute if you're gonna now go and pledge $10 and then see the next one. I guess that works, right? Yeah, probably. Cool. Cheerio. Say bye, everyone. Everyone wave.
Bye,
You're not
everyone.
gonna do it, are you? Oh, you're actually gonna do it. Wicked. That's much better. Cheers. Laters.